I made a review video on the Samsung Galaxy Tab S9FE, the regular one or the small one. And in today's video, I want to do the same for the Samsung Galaxy Tab S9FE Plus. We should be expecting pretty much the same stuff as far as has been holding up. So if you haven't watched that video, well, you are in luck. This is going to be kind of a redo of that video, except with a few changes here and there. Let's go ahead and jump in. So just like I mentioned with the Samsung Galaxy Tab S9FE, the market is flooded by a number of tablets, different types ranging from super high level flagships to corner cutting budget devices. Now that said, the Galaxy Tab S9FE Plus here still stands out as a true value for money contender, just like its sibling did. It's been in this house for well over a year. This is actually my daughter's favorite tablet. This is what she uses, and every now and then I'll still pick it up and check it out to make sure that it's still running, and it's still running fantastic. Now that said, it's not the perfect tablet. It has its pros, it has its cons, and we're going to go over that in this video. Now the first thing I want to talk about here is how it's been holding up cosmetically, physically. In case you are not familiar with Samsung and the way it builds its tablets, especially mid-range and flagship tablets, well, they do a pretty good job at building those tablets. On this one, the aluminum unibody build feels premium in so many different ways, right? It's sleek, just like the Tab S9FE, pretty sturdy, and also lightweight. Sure, slightly heavier than the S9FE, clearly because it's larger, but definitely a fantastic feel in hands, and it's been holding up very, very well. On top of that, it's also IP68 rated, right? So it does survive underwater at up to 1 hour. I did a drop test of all of my tablets. I dropped all of them in water, in the pool of water, and they all survived, and I still have them, still am using them today. So this is not a review of this tablet here, but I still just want to go ahead and do a quick tour of what we have here as far as physical features go. We have a dual speaker setup here, and speaker quality, or sound quality I should say, is actually pretty crisp. These are tuned by AKD. So dual setup for the speaker. We have USB Type-C port. Unfortunately, it does not push out video signal. That feature nowadays is only reserved for flagship, at least with Samsung. We have a fingerprint scanner here. It is a combo. It plays as a fingerprint scanner, but it's also a power button. So the fingerprint scanner is embedded in that power button. Personally, I prefer fingerprint scanners simply because they are more reliable, they are quicker, they are more convenient than optical fingerprint scanner, right? So I absolutely love that. We have, of course, the volume rocker there. We have the micro SD card slot. This is what allows for you to expand that internal storage at up to 1 terabyte. That is one feature that so many people go after, right? Because a lot of manufacturers out there do not give you the opportunity to expand that internal storage. So Samsung still does that. You can buy this 128 gigs of internal storage and then buy a micro SD card and expand that internal storage at up to 1 whopping terabyte. That is insane. Anyways, so that's about it. And by the way, if this is your first time visiting, welcome to the channel here. I truly appreciate you stopping by here. Please do me a favor, hit both the like and the subscribe button there. Again, truly appreciate it. So when it comes down to just how well it's been holding up physically, I have zero complaint, despite the fact that my daughter is the one who's using this. She's 7 years old, right? And she's been using this. I got no scratches, no dings. I mean, sure, it's been in the cover there, but still good to go. So if you buy this after a year, even if you were using it as a kid, as a child, it will still withstand all of that. Now, if you're using it as an adult, maintaining it well, it'll still remain in mint condition. Now, let's go ahead and talk about performance. It is loaded with an Exynos 1380. Now, that is a chip that has caused its share of controversy. You have so many people who don't like it and so many people who don't care. At the end of the day, what I'm going to tell you is that how does it play out on this tablet? Is it a trash chip, or is it just not as good as the Snapdragon? And it is the latter, I have to tell you that, right? People complain about it simply because it's not as good as the, flagship ones. Even I have complained about it, but that doesn't mean that on the mid-range tablet, it doesn't perform well. For a mid-range tablet, the Exynos 1380 is a good chip to have here. Now, I know some people are going to say, well, that other tablet has a Snapdragon, I don't know, 8 Gen 1 or whatever the case may be, and it's a mid-range tablet. Sure, I cannot stress this enough. When it comes down to purchasing a tablet, it needs to be the full package. What does that tablet have to offer? What does it offer as a full package, as a comprehensive package? If it's not the fastest, but it offers a number of other different things, you should go for that, as opposed to picking one just because it's the fastest, but everything else sucks. So you should not have a one or two dimension look at purchasing a tablet, but I digress. One UI has been fantastic as always, right? I truly enjoy it. I've always been a One UI fan, and Samsung has, I mean, the darn thing has evolved so much over the years. Samsung has perfected it over the years. It's so good. It works well here. You also have Samsung DeX here, which again works extremely well. It works even better here than with the Tab S9FE, the regular Tab S9FE, not because they did anything different, but simply because now on this one, 12.4 inches, you're looking at a larger screen real estate. You're a lot more comfortable multitasking on here, right? You can multitask, split screen, so many different things, toggle back and forth, you know, floating windows, all of that good stuff. And speaking of floating windows, that is, of course, Samsung DeX. It is powered by Samsung DeX. In case you're not aware, Samsung DeX is one of those programs that turns your tablet into kind of a desktop. It offers you a desktop-like experience, you know, out of your tablet here. It's truly magical. Samsung has really taken that thing to next level. A lot of manufacturers are trying, but they can't even get to that level. But anyways, so that's as far as user experience has been. It's been great. It's been fantastic. Everyday tasks, no problem there. You know, casual gaming, all that good stuff, no problem. Now, all of this said, you just got to keep in mind that this is a mid-range tablet. Anytime you push for super heavy work, the type of work that is expected to be done only on flagship, this guy is going to crash, or it's going to quit, or it's going to lag. Something is going to happen simply because it can't handle it. It can't process all of that. It can't keep up with all of that, right? So when you buy this, keep in mind that it's a mid-range tablet. When it comes down to light work, moderate work, some heavy work, no problem. But when you go super heavy, you're guaranteed that this thing is going to struggle. Gaming has been good. As I mentioned, casual gaming has been. When you are doing heavy gaming, you just going to have to make sure that you keep the settings at medium. Otherwise, you're going to have some frame drops with this guy here. So that's that. Let's go ahead and talk about battery. Battery life here has been fantastic. I mean, it is loaded with a 10,090 milliamp, I believe. It's the same size battery you have on the flagship, on the Tab S9 Plus and the Tab S10 Plus. Same size, right? Except this is a little bit underpowered compared to the other one. So battery life has been fantastic. As a power user, I see the entire day and I still end up the day with 35%. By the time you put it on the charger, you still have some life in there. Keep in mind also that this does support 45-watt charging, which is great for tablets, right? Because they take longer to charge. With 45 watt, you're able to charge it up rather quickly. That's another thing to keep in mind. Now, as far as the display goes, it is a top level thing. I mean, you can see my daughter still, she still has her game there. So top level display, super sharp, right? The resolution here is pretty high, super sharp images, 12.4 inches display here. You know, it's been fantastic for everyday tasks. Again, consuming entertainment, really nice here, especially because it's a large tablet. You know, colors do pop a lot. You know, text is razor sharp. And, you know, if you're streaming, whatever you're streaming here, or if you're reading documents, still an absolute joy here. On top of this, of course, you have 90 hertz refresh rate. So it is super smooth, silky smooth when you're going through some stuff here. Now, this is not a review for this tablet. Here's just sharing what the experience has been like for myself and my daughter. Every time I've played with this tablet, it works extremely well. So the question, I guess, remains, is this tablet still worth it? Is the Galaxy Tab S9FE Plus still worth it after a whole year, or a little bit over a year? Well, the simple answer is yes, it is. Just like I mentioned with the Galaxy Tab S9FE, this tablet here offers a premium design. It has a solid display here, reliable performance, and it features, you know, the included S Pen here. It comes in the box. You know, I don't know if I mentioned it, but it comes in the box. It comes included. You have a rock solid ecosystem here. All of this without, you know, killing your wallet, without taking all of your money. It's not the tablet for those of you who are out there looking for flagship tablet. This is for most people, or all of you out there looking for a mid-range tablet that has a very nice overall package. It's great for pretty much everything that most average people out there do. You have a pretty decent chip here. Again, I'm not calling it the best chip out there, but a pretty decent chip. It works well, decent processing power, comboed here with 8 gigs of RAM, and you have the ability to go for the next config, 12 gigs of RAM, so that you can run a lot more things in the background without any issues, right? So this is a tablet that I will still recommend today, right? Depending on your needs, because it always comes down to that, right? You figure out what you need it for, what your needs are, and then you go from there to pick out the tablet. So I still recommend this. Now, do you own this tablet? If you do, what is it that you like or that you hate about this tablet? Are you currently in the market for this? If you are, I'm going to have some links in the description. They should lead you to some of the best deals you can get on the Galaxy Tab S9FE Plus. Let me know what any questions you may have. Add your comments to the comment section. Make sure to like the video, share if you haven't done so already. Make sure to subscribe, of course, if you haven't done so already. I'm going to catch you in the comment section. I'm also going to catch you in the next video. Up until that next video, of course, as always, stay safe out there.